Hi there, my name is Felix Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And this is a story that I kind of been avoiding, sort of, that Dynamite Comics has apparently bent the knee to the social media mobs, the gatekeepers, and yeah, essentially the morons who took control of the comic book industry with their whisper networks, which they then denied completely existed, and then we saw them last week from was it Bleeding Full? I think the website was on. I hope I'm giving it to the right website. That'll be. It's not Bounding into Comics. It's not Bleeding Full. I think it was Bleeding Full. Okay. Anyway, so they've won a pretty minor victory. Which I think is probably just going to cause financial hardship for everybody, apart from the person, people that they don't like. So okay. So I was avoiding this story because there really wasn't much to say. It's like, okay, well, that's sad. And then I saw Screen Rant write about it, and it's incredible. It's like listening to document, and if you haven't never seen them, they're fascinating documentaries from the 1930s that the National Socialists from Germany, the Germans, I would say, the Germans made about Jews. It was demonizing, and once the demonization had happened, and then they could quite happily marginalize the group they demonized. What I find is a little bit disgusting. It's disgusting is the way that they're being very sanctimonious and doing exactly the thing that they say they don't like. But so this really vile insight into this clump of evil people's psyche, I think is worth pulling out and looking. Looking at the story of just a terrible incident from the perspective of the people perpetrating it. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So fine, we're going to be reading that. Before we get there, though, can I ask you guys, can you hit that subscribe button? That'll be fantastic, double dozy. Thank you very much. I am extremely grateful for everybody who subscribes. If you subscribe, of course, you can enter my ongoing competition. So this one prize draw is August 2nd. The Indiana Jones Adventures. This came out before Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But dodged a bullet there, I would say, with that one. So you got Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and a fantastic bonus disc with really great documentaries about making Indiana Jones. Everything you want to know. All you got to do to win it is subscribe to the channel, subscribe, and leave the hashtag Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones. Fine. Let's have a look at this article from Screen Rant. It's fascinating. It's like the inverse really. I'm telling you, guy, go and check out. They got to have them online. The German documentaries about Jews from the 1930s. It's identical to this. It's breathtaking. So let's read this together. Diamond loses top talent. Not so much. Diamond loses top talent faces backlash from a small clump of insane people after Comicsgate support. Now, Comicsgate is the very demonized group which I aspire to be part of. So I'm pretty much all on board for Comicsgate. They do say it's a hotbed of racism and bigotry. And listen, for somebody who's been looking at it quite closely for the last year or so, year and a half, I haven't seen any, and I find it interesting. Nobody who alleges so is able to bring any citation and bring any example. It does seem like they may be full of doo-doo. Fine. Dynamite Comics is facing significant backlash. They actually experienced a more significant backlash now. The idiots. And has lost top talent. No, there is no top talent. For God's sake, these morons who have acted, made comic books like kryptonite to comic book readers. 60% drop in sales, and that's before COVID. Really? Why do you think that happened? Really? It's because you're doing crap and listening to these insane people after its continued support of Comicsgate. Fine. Dynamite Entertainment, the publisher of popular series such as Vampirella, Red Sonja, The Boys, and Green Hornet, have publicly called out numerous comic book creators. Have been publicly called out by numerous comic book creators for partnering with Comicsgate harassment campaign. Lie! First lie right there. The Comicsgate harassment campaign? No, No. The reason Comicsgate exists, the reason it exists is because these gatekeepers wouldn't let people into the industry if they were deplorable. You know, if they didn't match their insane worldview on politics, on gender, on self-identification. You know, if they didn't match their insane and constantly changing worldview, they were gatekeepers with the industry and then harassed. Yeah, so now they're called the harassment campaign. On Saturday, writer Mark Russell announced he would not continue his relationship with the company. Who cares? Who's lining up for a Mark Russell comic book? Really? Who cares? You're lucky to be employed. You're lucky to be employed, and I hope you're not that longer. And quite frankly, I don't know why Comicsgate was even bothering, working with this company. You know, the comic that got cancelled, which had a Cecil cover. You know, Cecil, who is just a funny guy who's got like this Captain Chaos like persona from the Cannibal Run. So it's they found it intolerable. I think if Cecil launched a campaign doing a cover for Jawbreakers or for Cyber or any other gazillion fantastic Comicsgate campaign, he probably would have done quite a bit better. Still, I hope he does. I hope your boy Zach does a printing of Jawbreakers with the Cecil cover instead. Yeah, I think that'll be great, and I think it'll probably make a lot more money for everybody involved. Not for Dynamite though, I'm afraid. Said he would not continue a relationship with the company as long as Dynamite associated with Comicsgate. Why not, Mark Russell? I know you like to throw out allegations. Specifically, show me the racism. Show me the bigotry. I'm going to show you your bigotry. Now you need to show me your alleged racism. Comicsgate, a comic book spin-off from Gamergate, is a campaign organized against what is perceived as false diversity in the comic book industry. False diversity? No, it's a movement that wants to make comics that comic book readers want to read. You know that 60% of readers that say, "No, I'm not interested in the bull crap you're making." They want to make comics that comic book readers they want to read. You know why they want to make comics that comic book readers want to read? Because they like to read comics. That's why. They are essentially saving the comic book genre. The comic book industry, not so much. They are saving the genre. So again, second disingenuous lie. Was this written by Goebbels, I wonder? The group's message is said to be about making better comics. Yes, that's exactly what it's about. And treating customers with respect. The campaign has been widely criticized for harassing marginalized creators. Absolutely not. Okay, your boy Zach, fantastic channel. He reviews comics by people clearly unqualified to write comics, and he gives I think, a very fair critique. A critique on one's work is not harassing marginalized creators. A critique on a work is called being accountable. Like, listen, I tried to read, what's his name? Vita Ayala's James Bond. It's unreadable. I tried to read Manchester Society. It's unreadably bad. They're awful. They're by people who do not know how to make a comic book. But, and if they sold, great. But they don't sell. So why do they keep being the only comics being made by the comic book companies? I think maybe a little bit gatekeeping, maybe. The group's message is said to be about making the campaign, blah, 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 blah. Associated with alt-right. No! Okay, no! Really? Alt-right. Voting Republican doesn't make you alt-bloody right! Oh my God. Associating with Chop in Portland, that makes you crazy left, but voting Republican doesn't make you alt-right. Believing in God doesn't make you alt-right. I understand they want to label anybody they don't like, the dislike of the unlike, the bigotry that drips from every pore of their being. And now they're upset because Comicsgate is here and it's making money. It's doing better. They're doing better than all of them put together. And trying to co-opt the late Darwin Cook as somebody who would have been one of their supporters. Why not? With some going after his widow. Like, again. What is this disingenuous lying bullcrap? I'm not seeing any citations for anything you're saying whatsoever. The mainstream comic book community has denounced the group. Yes, the mainstream comic book community who hates and fears them. The reason these whisper networks existed, the reason they existed is to stop people who were more talented at making comics making comics. It was to protect their jobs, which I'm afraid the current pandemic is probably going to swallow up, and they're going to have to find something else to do with their lives, find another industry to go and infest and destroy. The mainstream comic community has blah 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 on multiple occasions. Again, those National Socialists from Germany in the 1930s, they said the Jews did terrible things. In fact, people who don't like Jews have said Jews have done terrible things all through time. There's been, in 100 or so years earlier, the official church borders were saying Jews were eating Christian babies, and so they said and people believed it. This is why the primary form of anti-Semitism that exists in the world is called blood libels, because it's not the actual whipping people up to throw Jews into ovens. It's creating the atmosphere where you are permitted to hate Jews. You're doing exactly the same thing here. Exactly the same thing here. I think I just thought the title of this video, something like they're taking they're using Goebbels' propaganda against Jews as a manual to how to deal with Comicsgate. But when Dynamite Comics recently tweeted support for a Comicsgate-led project, and CEO Nick Barucci has been seen participating in CG live stream, yes, people actually spending money and buying comics. Many creators working at the company said they no longer feel capable of doing so. Let them all go, Nick Barucci. Are you out your freaking mind? Nobody's gonna I tell you. You hire any Comicsgater to fill the spaces these idiots leave, your sales will triple overnight. Idiot. Once Dynamite tweeted support for the Comicsgate project, so they've done before. Look at oh my god! Creators who have done work for Dynamite announced they would no longer work for the product. So this was a coordinated hate campaign, right? Coordinated hate campaign. Oh, what a shock! Led by Gail Simone. Okay, will no longer work for the company until their association with the group ceased. Gail Simone, whose run on Red Sonja really solidified Dynamite's place in the industry, said she was very disappointed and sad by recent developments. She was very disappointed and sad that she's becoming irrelevant. That's why. Yeah, who cares? Again, anybody doesn't want to write comics, there's a ton of people who will and do it far better than Gail Simone and any of these clowns. Here's the thing. I love her. God, she's so sanctimonious. Here's the thing. I'm not being silent for career reasons. I'm not being silent at all. Yeah, we know that. You're never silent. You are the person who has led the witch hunts. The witch hunts that have driven out, and the successful witch hunts that have driven out anybody who dared to want to vote Republican. Yes, and anybody who dared to want to vote Republican, you drove them away from buying your comics as well. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my comics. Well, we didn't like your politics, then we didn't like your book. That was Kelly Sue's the Economy. And they start making them anyway, because, the economy was so unbelievably good under that president that you hate so much. That president you hate that made such an incredibly good economy. It didn't matter how bad and how low your comics sold. I'm taking a minute to process that personally. Very disappointing and sad, says Gail Simone. If I'm not doing that on your timer, don't know what to say. How about say nothing? So Mark Russell, current writer from Red Sonja, said he won't be continuing his relationship with Diane. Honestly? Really? Yeah. Nobody's lining up for a Mark Russell to say, wait, Red Sonja's not written by Mark Russell? Oh no, so the gorgeous woman wearing a tiny metal bikini, nah, not so interesting anymore. Yeah, really, it's fine. You get somebody else. As I write this, I'm finishing work on Red Sonja number 24, which concludes my contractual obligations at Dynamite Comics, after which I will no longer be accepting work for Dynamite as they continue to affiliate with whatsoever with Comicsgate. And he goes on. Then Christian Ward, another moron, says, disappointing to see Dynamite has gone into bed with, again, citation. Again, they don't even address it. They don't even address it, do they? They say, no, it's a fact that it's a fascist group. It's a fact. No, they don't even address their claim. Again, this is exactly what the National Socialists did to the Jews. Exactly what they did to the Jews. Which is probably why there's just so much anti-Semitism dripping out of this area of the world. But I won't give work for a company who aligns themselves with, and again, they're all scared to write it. We don't care. Christian Ward, you are an irrelevancy. Try and understand that. You're an irrelevancy that can be easily replaced. Do I have that comic here? Here, there's a comic I did a few years ago, which I had to find an artist for. Let me show you this. And this artist, freaking awesome artist, Dominic Rancher, right? Really, I'll show you some of his work. His work is just excellent. Yeah. Can I get that there? Okay. So when I put out an ad for an artist, I was inundated with really good samples. Really good samples. Everybody willing to work at like $30 an hour, $50 an hour, not $50 a page, $30 a page, $50 a page. Don't tell me you can't find artists. Are you out your mind? Again. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about these people. Doc Shaner called Dynamite's relationship with CG embarrassing. Again, never heard of you, Doc Shaner. Who cares? Everyone quick. While they're busy showing their arse with this Comicsgate BS, let's steal the King features properties away from Dynamite. So yeah, this is the thing that these people are. If you're not aligned with them, they want to destroy you. They want you to die. This is who they are. They are terrible human beings. Years later, and Flash Gordon is still one of my favorite projects I've been able to work on, but I have zero patience for this Comicsgate nonsense. I have zero nonsense with this Comicsgate nonsense as well. This just seeing this wall of propaganda and bullcrap. And Dynamite cozying up with them is embarrassing. So the only person you're embarrassing, mate, is yourself. Just over a week ago, Carla Pancho entered a relationship with Dynamite and said she would donate proceeds for her work on Betty Page to the Trevor Project, Trans Lifelong. Okay, good. Well done for you, darling. Good. Well done for you. So this is what she said. A brief message from your Carla. Okay, your Carla. I'm very proud of the team that have done work on Betty Page comic and made commitment to them to conclude it. But issue 5 will be my last working on the publisher unless there's drastic change with the company management. Okay, fine. That's just a virtue signal because the only thing. Because these people's lives are empty and meaningless. If you want to see what their lives are like, watch the new show on Peacock Network, Brave New World, which is all about these Twitter artists, right? AIPT Comics says it stands against hatred and bigotry. Well, why are you being hateful and bigoted then in comics industry? Yeah, why are you being hateful and bigoted in the comic industry? Therefore, we will be ceasing coverage of Dynamite Entertainment as long as they continue to support such group, benefits such group. You are a liar. You're a liar. You're a propagandist. Again, you are indistinguishable from the propagandists of the 1930s, of the Germans in the 1930s. Yeah, that Xavier files. Again, these irrelevant backdrops. This irrelevant person after irrelevant person over irrelevant person, and then Diamond bit in the knee. Sadly, they said in speaking with Cecil, neither of us realised the cover would be so polarized because it shouldn't have been. Because sane people don't react this way. It shouldn't have been polarizing. We discussed, and we are not moving forward with the cover or the campaign. Nick Marucci said so. He's just cut off a significant revenue stream. Listen, okay. Good luck to you, mate. Good luck to you. As the comic book industry implodes, you are the only person who was on board of the life raft. That was Comicsgate. They don't need you. In fact, you probably need them quite a bit more. So, there you go. My name is Sheila Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.